Well, hi everyone. It's Nono here one more week, and this is a live stream where I try to do creative coding and machine intelligence. Today we're going to continue building a drawing application that I'm going to recap now, and I'm going to show what we did last week and where we're going to continue today. I'll appreciate if you can let me know on the chat if you can hear me okay, if you can see me okay, and also let us know where you're connecting from and what you're looking for or expecting to learn from this live stream. Thanks a lot for tuning, and yeah, let's get started. Okay, let's see. So what do we have today? All the time when I start the live stream, I remind you that you can support the work that I'm doing here by liking this video. You can also subscribe and click on the bell to get notified when I go live next or when I upload new videos. You can join us on the Discord server. This is a community that we're trying to build. There is an invite. There are 3 links here. None of them has Discord. The Discord link there at the bottom and the QR code up there. Whatever is easier, join us. Let us know who you are, what are you doing, and what you'd like to learn in this community. Last week, we saw how to serve applications on DigitalOcean. We had a React application that we have built in past live streams, and we deployed that to DigitalOcean. There is something called DigitalOcean Droplets. It's basically an online server, which was in this case running Ubuntu or Linux. And we saw how to use Nginx to create a block that basically serves the build assets of your application. As you can see, this is a live stream in which we talk a lot about technical programming concepts, so you might have a hard time if you're a novice programmer, but I try to make things a bit understandable, and we release shorter versions of these videos so you can consume at your own pace. The life hacks section, we're meant to also edit those videos and upload. That is a small trick that I showed on how I basically change font sizes on Visual Studio Code on the command line in the past live stream. And as always, I produce the Getting Simple podcast. Hit me there, like send a recording question or something at gettingsimple.com/ask. I'd love to hear from you. You can ask anything that relates to the podcast or this live stream or any of the previous episodes that we've had. All right, so today, as I said, we have a drawing application that we're going to be merging with the React application that we released or we put online last week. And this is part of the AI sketching project. So now I have here this intro slide that I'm gonna record, and then we'll record an intro for the specific tutorial that we're gonna do today of the drawing app. All right, so let me see here. I can see parametric cam says all good. Sajay Kumarji says, hey Nono, sounds and video look good. Rob Bill, hola, sounding and looking good. Hello everyone, it's nice to be here. It's been tough. I hope that it's not only me, but it's been tough to get to this point on the year. We're almost in February already, so we've gone through 1 out of 12 months. But yeah, I don't know. It felt like the jump, like it was a steep January, I would say. At least I don't have to, in case that Jose Luis is online, I don't have to suffer the cold weather in Boston. We have nice weather here in Malaga. For anyone watching this, might be live or later, leave any comments if you like anything, if you are enjoying these videos, or if there's anything that you would like to see in next future videos. For example, Rob has been sharing a lot of resources on the Discord community, and those have made it into, for example, I don't know if it was you who shared Pixel to Style to Pixel, or but definitely the Perfect-Freehand was shared by you. And yeah, and I guess I'm being booed by Jose Luis live because he has snow in Boston and I don't. All right, cool. I'll drink some water. We're gonna start recording. I have a timer here, so I'm gonna try to do one thing to add markers on my own during the live stream, so later this is easier for me to find the timestamps. Live at 2K 1440p. All right, so I have the remarkable tablet here with me today, so we might do some screen sharing. All right, one sec. Let me set this up. Yeah, let's set up the screen share feature here. Have some notes for today. So remarkable tablet. Go live. Let me see if I can get this working. Yeah, I don't know. In some some part of me actually misses the snow, but just a little part. Okay, some people have reported that the that this doesn't work for them either. Right, so I'm gonna do a test here. So I'm gonna say timestamp, and you're gonna tell me if that matches what you're seeing in the time we've been live streaming. So I think now it's 9:10, 9:13. So I'll check that later as well, just to see if I can at least write down the timestamps before we 10 Fahrenheit. Oh man. All right, let's go. Okay, this is not working today for some reason. Oh, okay. Yeah, my bad. So my remarkable tablet is not connected to the internet because I changed location. Okay. Okay. Really quickly, let me see how to do this. Right. One quick second. Let me look at the password. Ah. All right. Okay. Small lapse. Great. So let's see. I have connection now, and this should be live now. Okay. Accept connection. All right. Game on. Phew. We got it. Screen share is active. Okay. So let's quickly cut that. Okay, so let's get started then. I have this now here. So we are at 13. So let's say around 13, around the minute 40. We have the intro. Okay, so let's get going. Now that we have this, and let's continue. All right, let's record the intro. Hi everyone, it's Nono here, and this is one more working session of the Intelligence and Sketching playlist, where we're trying to build a collaborative AI sketching platform. This is going to be hosted online. Multiple people and multiple programs are going to be able to connect to the same drawing canvas and manipulate drawings in different ways. Hopefully, we're going to have machine learning algorithms and other algorithms that are going to modify your drawings. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. I'll remind you that there are edited videos, so shorter versions from the live streams and outside on tutorial recording sessions on the Intelligence and Sketching playlist on my YouTube channel. Now, we're going to do another intro for this particular session, which is going to be for drawing up in React. What is the sound effect? I don't know. What is the sound effect? I don't really... Maybe it's from the tablet. I didn't hear it. Hi everyone, it's Ono here, and this is a quick overview on how to add basically a drawing framework called Perfect-Freehand into an existing React application that we have today. It's gonna be it's gonna be bumpy because we're gonna take a look at how to do it, but hopefully we can edit the video afterwards and upload it to YouTube. All right, without further ado, let's start coding. So yeah, I don't know what sound effect that is that Jose is talking about. Okay, so to give a bit of context on where we are, let's go to the, now that we have it here, let's go to the so I guess like this is 15:45. I don't know how this is gonna work, but anyhow, so we have let me see if I can draw here a recap of what we've done so far. So we have done an application, right? So this is an app that is on the web. So it's at live suggestive drawing.com. And, right now we just have whatever React application we put the other day in there. And we have this concept of state. So we have a state manager, and we have also hotkeys and things that are not really on the user interface but on the back end. We have create, serve, and es build. So those are for building and making development easier. And what we want to do now is, because we have another application that used the Perfect-Freehand framework, where we could actually draw with our mouse. We want to merge these two, combine them into one, right? And also put them online. Okay. Oh, I don't know what I did, but yeah, maybe. Okay, so so this is the diagram for what we're gonna try to do today, and just to show that this is working for real, I'm gonna go and type in here. So I'm gonna type live.suggestive-drawing.com, and that gets auto-completed. And when I press enter, you can see that we get access to this application. What I was mentioning before, if we go and go full screen, if this lets me, I don't know if they changed some of the shortcuts on Google Chrome or I just forgot how to do it. But yeah, we have this application, and this is just a random UI that I created quickly, so we have some context to go for. So I can click, for example, on the Sony, on Erythrina, on out of context, and then Sony again. And I can now click on undo and redo, right? So we have a concept, like we have an undo redo stack, and I can actually do Command Z to go back and Command Shift C to go forward, right? So I'm basically right now showing this part here where I can go back or go forward, and we have that concept of a stack that we can go back and forth. If I refresh the page, so for example, if we leave the Sony here, if I refresh the page, you know, this is the state that stays there, but we lose the undo redo stack. So if I click here, we have this concept of state. So let me show you that I'm refreshing, right? I'm refreshing here. So we keep the state, so we remember the last thing that was in there. Okay, so this is an application, and what we are talking about on the Perfect-Freehand, we've been seeing it for a long time now. This is an app that I haven't built. This is a library from Steve Reed, okay, on GitHub, right? So we can draw. And if we do as we've done in past live streams, so we can go to the live repository, which is in here. So it's this one, so for the live 41. And this is a React application that allows us to draw. So I'm gonna go, I think we fixed this one the other day, so I can go to live 41. And let's see, so React, node models. Let's see on the package what we have. So we have the npm start command. So let's just try npm start and see if that's fixed, that that's working for this machine. Nope. So let's do npm update to make sure, because we ran over that problem, I think, last week. So we'll do npm update, and then we'll try to do that again. I'll stop for a second while this is being this is updating, and I see that there's more people online. Come and say hi into the chat if you feel comfortable doing so, and let us know where you're connecting from or who you are and what you're looking for learning today. Okay, while this is updating, I just want to give you some context on the live repo. We have this 3 versions that we've done. The one that is deployed is this one. I can quickly enter to see what we did last week. And again, to give you more context, if you don't know what we're doing here, you can go to livestream 58. So that's at nono.ma/live/58. Right. So right now I'm gonna do SSH and then get into my droplet, so my DigitalOcean droplet. And what we're doing here is I'm gonna go into the Nginx blocks directory. sites available. And then in here, I'm going to list everything that has to do with suggestive drawing, right? So we get a list of blogs that are there. So the domains that we have registered in there. We can see that we also have the test one, and it would load the same application. And if I open the one that we're doing right now, so the live, right? So if I enter it, you can see in this Nginx blog that we are actually loading that application, right? So this application lives at this directory in my server in DigitalOcean. Specifically, we're loading the index.html file at the dist folder inside of what we did in live 58. So if you want to get to build this that we're doing here in your machine, you see this folder here, folder 58. The only thing you need to do is these two commands or these three commands. So you just need to go into a folder. So let's say my desktop is empty. So we just do git clone and this repository. You don't need to do it with maybe so you can reproduce it. Let's do it without SSH. So git clone, and let me make this bigger. Git clone https github.com non-ISP live. And then after we do this, so let's just write one command. Let's see if I can do it. I would enter the live directory and go to live 58. We'll have to go inside of this directory. And later we'll npm install and npm start. Let's see if that works just with one command, right? So let's zoom in a bit so you see it better. Git clone, enter the directory, and npm install. Enter. Right, so now it's running the npm install, and now npm start. Okay, so this is create serve. So we're serving our application here. And this is exactly, well, similar to what it's happening on the remote version, right? So this is now running locally, but really what is happening on the version that we're running on the web is that we are running the npm build command, right? So if I list, there is this directory, right? That is being built every time that we run for development or for production. And as I showed last week, if we open the dist directory, every time we run npm start, there's a development build, and you can see the JavaScript here, for example, is not minified. But if we run, so if we remove let's not even remove it, we just run npm run build, we actually create a production build that is minified or obfuscated like this, and is smaller. So if we open the dist folder, as we saw last week, we have these three files: CSS, JavaScript, and HTML. And we can actually do HTTP server for the dist folder and open. And here we're serving the same application from localhost, right? So just three files that we need to run our application. I see Croque, I see Bea connected online. Hello. Hi. Okay, and that is for a recap on what we have so far. Let's see if we can make progress. This was just a recap and not a lot of progress on the project, but I am gonna get started now. So because I'm doing this incrementally, at some point I'll create a repo that just contains the code for the live.suggestivedrawing.com application. For now, I'm liking leaving these things as partials on the live stream, so you can go back, and maybe we can do both things at the same time, but this way you can go back to the applications in each specific live stream. So if you watch an old video, you can refer back to live 41 and see that one, or 46 or 47, and incrementally go building. The ones that don't have a name is because they have more than one file, and maybe we need to do something in there. Ujas Kunder, hi, hello, nice to see you online. All right, so let's create a new directory then in the live repo. So I've cloned that on the desktop, so live, so we can go here, we can see that there are many directories, so we're going to create the 0059 directory, and we're going to enter it. And actually what we're going to do is we're going to want to copy recursively the directory inside of 58 into 59. Probably we just do I want to make a version that is ES Build React TypeScript v3, but maybe we call this suggestive drawing v1, right? So we start naming this application for what it is. Let's see if that works. So we now have this application, and actually it contains, we've even cloned the node models and the distribution files. But as you can see on the git ignore file, we're ignoring those, so those won't be committed to the web. And I'm gonna commit these files as they are, so we get a diff when we do changes during this live stream, that are the diffs, everything that's different compared to what we did last week. All right, so here we'll say 59, and we'll do 59, and we'll do copy 58 React app. We didn't do anything, we just copied it, right? So I'm going to push. Okay, so it's asking me for the authentication for GitHub. Just a really quick workaround. I have my SSH key added to the terminal. So if you look here, right, if we look at Git Remote Get URL origin, we get the HTTPS URL. But well, let's do that again. But as I was mentioning before, I normally clone things with SSH URLs. That way we ensure that the terminal uses the SSH key. So what I'm going to do is git remote set URL origin, and I'm going to put it to this one. So now when we get the URL, it's changed, and I can do git push origin master, and okay, so maybe the branch is main, right? So we just push to main, and that should be synced. Okay, so I see that this code should now be live. So this is going to be version 59, and you can see here. And Ulas Kunder is asking for the GitHub repo link on the chat, so I'm going to post that. Link to GitHub repository. Awesome. Let me know if that works. Okay, so we have this folder, and this is what we're going to start. And for now, we'll just stick with this type of folders, and we can see our files here. So we have all the application code. Cool. All right. So right now, the only component that this application has is picture. So that is the picture that we are displaying on the site that I showed before. All right. And I did, as I said before, we have a drawing application that we're going to try to get to. I was trying before, I kind of went somewhere else to run this application. I'm not sure if the npm installed worked properly. I see that you're saying that there is latency. You mean that there is a delay between when you write and when I talk? Because there is like maybe like 10 seconds or 15 seconds delay from when I say something until you see it. But does the video feed look good? Is it smooth? Is the audio sounding okay? I think if you're referring to that, yes, there is a delay. Okay, and Sajay says that the stream is working well for him. Okay, so I want to. Okay, let's do a quick pause. Let me add here. Now that we have Sajay and a few others, really quickly. Okay. Awesome. Thanks. Thanks for. Okay, so just a quick thing, and maybe we can do it at the end, or maybe do it like offline on Discord. But I want to get some feedback from you guys that you guys are taking a look at these things, right? I want to get like on the chat, right? I think that I would benefit if you let me know how the things that we've been doing over the past few months have been on the live stream, and what things you would like to see in the near future, right? If you think that we're moving towards an objective, and this is something that you're gradually seeing and that you think we should continue with this, and what other topics, other tutorials, or other formats that you would like to see both in the live stream, on the podcast, and also on the tutorials that we release edited afterwards. So yeah, if there is some latency, so I can wait until you guys hear this, I'll be looking for questions on the chat, and I'm gonna continue coding, but I'll be looking at the questions, and I can quickly do this and come back to this slide like this anytime when I see if I see there are any questions. All right. Cool. And as I've mentioned before, we have this panel here in OBS, and this tells me whether there is latency on dropped network frames, on other things, or if we're missing frames due to encoding or rendering. And yeah, we're trying to make the quality as good as possible with the live stream and this camera and the lighting and stuff. We can comment on that in the future. All right, so let's continue now. And what I was coming to is that I have this link here, the tldraw core renderer, which is the actual render application that is behind this Vercel application, this drawing app that I was showing before, right? Right, so we're gonna try to add this. We had some code to do it in this app that I was showing before. Let's see if now it works. All right, so this works now, hopefully. Starting the development server. Awesome. Yeah, so this is the application that you've seen probably over and over and over again. What's super nice is that this is SVG drawing and is vector. So we can, we can enjoy drawing a lot. And this is what we're going to be using for the suggestive drawing app when we do things in there. Okay. All right, so that sounds good. So awesome. So we have this, and a thing that we could do that is relatively easy is from this Perfect-Freehand implementation that we did that is super minimal, that it's basically just what is defined on this app, that is we're just handling pointer down and pointer move. We're not handling anything else, right? We have an SVG canvas and we're handling these events by hand, right? So, but we need to see about the implications of doing that and relating what we draw into the canvas. All right, so what I want to say is like it's easy for us to get these things inside of the other app because we just need to copy and paste this code. And yeah, let's actually, now that we're here, let's actually do that. Let's actually get that into the app quickly. So we're gonna make a new, I'm gonna make a new component. So I'm gonna actually do it in the command line here. I'll just clone the picture component so we have the same structure. So so let's actually copy source components. Source components picture into source components, and we're gonna call it so the other app component is called editor. So maybe editor v1. I don't know how to components. Yeah, and then we'll do this. Let's do SVG editor. Okay, so now I have components, and in this SVG editor, we just need to click. We'll click on, first we'll rename the files. Actually, let's try a tool that I have been using lately. So I've been trying. So we could go into source components and then editor, SVG editor. So we have these files, and I have actually through brew I installed. So brew install rename. I think I don't remember. So which rename? So I can do brew info rename, and I get all the info about this packet. So you can see here. If this loads, if this wants to execute and load. Yeah, right. So this is the project information. I can do this rename as, and I can do picture with SVG editor. Let's see if that works. Oh, actually I need to say all the files in this directory. Yeah, right. So we've renamed these files with that command. Okay, and now inside of this, I'm gonna do SVG editor. We don't really need any style at the moment. And for here, we're gonna look for picture, and I'm gonna call this SVG editor, and here SVG editor. All right, so we'll remove the styling. Maybe we leave this here and rename this editor background color plum. Let's just put that here. And yeah, we won't do anything here. So this is just our SVG editor. All right, so this is our structure. We just need to call this from our app. So I'm gonna go into the app.tsx file, and I will suggest div drawing live 59. And okay, so now just so you see what we saw on previous live streams, right? If I do here npm start, because this is actually what we've been trying to set up so everything is easier, I can copy this URL or command click, and then we have the app here, the live app that we're coding, and a view mode that I have that I very much like is making this a full screen app, and now getting the code editor right to that, right? So now you can see the application that I'm coding there with live reloading. This is, there is the work that we've been trying to build upon for a long time. Okay, so probably we have a CSS style, so this doesn't break. We can make this a bit bigger. All right. So any change that I do now, you can see changing there live, which I still think is super cool. So I can do, you see, I can put here X, and that shows up in there. All right. So now what we have in here is this set of pictures, and we actually, or sadly, we can let them go. And instead of importing the picture component, we import the SVG editor, and we add that in here. Right, and this is our component. This is the only thing that we've defined in here. And now we can do something like border radius 3 pixel. And like minimum height is 5 rem, and font size is 1.5 rem, for example, right? We could do whatever, but for now, I'm just gonna make like a dummy component here. Okay, so let's pause a bit here. Yeah, Ulas, naming is really hard during development. I agree. So now that we're in Q&A mode, let me quickly put a comment here. I like to, for people who are watching later, can like you can follow. So this is such a commenting here, and this is a raw comment, like I haven't edited anything. Let's put this maybe here. Okay, so just a quick comment there. So we have some Q&As. Yeah, so Jay mentions, or maybe I can put the name, like we can do a slide. I had a slide like this, but probably just easier to do it again right now. Right. Okay. All right. So I see here on the chat, Sajay's mentioning that he likes how the current project is coming along, especially breaking the project into smaller goals, helps him follow through, but he's never worked with JavaScript and web development. So that's why we have built a bunch of tutorials in previous live streams, and why I try to go incrementally. And some people might arrive at this point and just see a lot of things being built, but they can go back to other live streams and other videos that we've edited, and kind of try to follow up. And that's why I try to, even though for other people might be a bit boring, that's why I try to build step by step as I do things on the live stream. It takes time to follow the code, but I do love the project goals of developing web apps that deploy ML algorithms. And yeah, that's exactly what we're trying to do. So yeah, we're trying to see how we can deploy these algorithms online so anyone can access them with their, with a browser on their computer, and they don't have to deal with complex scripting and Google Colab notebooks and terminal windows and things like that. So yeah, thanks for the comments, and let's continue. Awesome. Okay, so let's see. Where were we? So we have this SVG editor, which doesn't do anything, but we have the application code in here. So the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to look at the dependencies, because we probably have to bring some dependencies to this other project. So we have Perfect-Freehand 1.0.13. And that is something that, thanks to Steve Ruiz, we can get for free, because he was kind enough to release those as open source as he was developing. And also the tldraw library. So just to see if that's the latest release, just out of curiosity, we can append releases, because I don't find the bottom now, behind that, and then we go to tags. We have this 0.13. There are 3 more versions afterwards. I don't think we have used a lot of the API to break anything, so I would adventure myself to go and add these to our dependencies with the updated version. So let's go to our package.json. We're gonna open that. We go to our dependencies. Let's look. These are dependencies, not dev dependencies, and we'll add it here. I'm gonna adventure myself and replace this with a 6, and we will take a look now. We have types, Jest, Node, React, Freehand, TypeScript. Yeah, we don't have it. It doesn't seem like we have anything that we're gonna need. So I'm gonna just go ahead on a different terminal window here. I'm going to do an npm install, which might slow down the stream a bit. Let's see. I forgot. This is one of the things that I really like of this library. It added one package. There are no dependencies in this package. It's just what it is. So it's super fast to resolve, and I love it for that. All right. So let's see. Okay, so we have that already. So that was quick. And now we can focus on our SVG editor component. I'm going to go back here. So I'm going to go back to our app.tsx. And I think here we have everything that we need to do that. We're actually not using these two, get stroke outline points and get stroke points. We're just getting get stroke. So we just need to do import. Let's see if this works. Import get stroke from Perfect-Freehand. And yeah, that's not being used. We yeah, during live 41 I did a few, I had to bang the keyboard a bit to figure out how to do this so TypeScript wouldn't complain. So we have this get sv3 path from stroke method, which we are using here. And do we use the get stroke method here? Yeah, so get stroke points, blah, blah, blah. And we build the points here. Get SVG path from stroke. All right, so this is a method that I'm not sure if he supplies on the API. Get SVG path from stroke. Let's see. Get stroke outline. No. Okay. So we're going to copy that one. So we're going to copy this helper function at the end of our component. And he exports, so outside here. So get SVG path from stroke. And we have to, because we have a video on this, I'm going to do something I don't like doing that much, but I'm going to copy and paste this component. Let's see. So this is this is a function component and this is JSX, so it's slightly different. Sorry for changing so much, but let me see. Okay, let's just try to copy and paste what's inside the function to see what happens. All right, good. This is, this is one of the things that is super cool from React. That is that anytime that you have something and it's componentized properly, you have the possibility to copy and paste your code to a different application and have it running within within no time. So let's do some NFT here. Awesome. Okay, I guess I can do some drawing on top of myself. Bing bing. I need to the drawing, so the live stream is a bit delayed, so let me. Okay. Oh, okay. What? All right. So yeah, I guess this is working. So I'm gonna publish this online so you guys can also play with it and you can use it. And right now we do have this this component that is working here. It's full screen. We have the maybe one thing that we can do is that we can let's see where the styling is for this. SVG. Yeah, so the styling is here. So we could take a look. What did we had before? So we had class name, right? So we could say here class name editor. So what do we have here? Editor, and then we can put this inside of our CSS file. So this would be editor, and we'll put it here. All right, let's do this. Let's do a bit of Visual Studio wizardry. So we're gonna do this. Oh, okay, so all the backticks become all right. That okay. I think that should make it. That doesn't work. Let's go to picture and check. So class name styles dot. Okay. So actually we need, it's the JavaScript variable styles dot editor. All right. That's now working the right way. So we have a style sheet here and we don't have the code in there. Okay. NFTs. Thanks. Yeah. That some digital art, right? Let's make some art. Okay, so yeah, do you guys think we can deploy this? Let me see. I don't know if like C index I can do one and put everything below, so above it. So we have our app has some other code here. And yeah, so our SVG editor is here. So if we want to add other elements, so I know that DivRead has some elements on screen. So we could, for example, make for now, because we are not, so we could put this component outside. And we could say that this is a wrapper, and we can leave this outside of the wrapper. And we could actually put that this wrapper here, so these are my styles. The Z index is going to be 2. Not sure if that makes any sense. Let's try opacity 0. All right, so now we do have this in front. We'll be adding, so if you see this thing, and let me see. All right. So I'm adding this user select and pointer events none, so I can, all the events go to the thing that is below this. And for now, what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to go to to the command line. So let's go to the command line here once again. We're gonna see that we've modified a few things. So React.ts, Perfect-Freehand, yarn lock. For now, I'm gonna actually not touch anything in there. So we see that that's back to normal. We've added this component, and actually what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna clean up a bit. So I'm gonna remove the picture component, which we're not using anymore in this application. And right now we just have the ability to draw things here. And if I press Ctrl-Shift-G, I see this Git diffs. I can see we've added this, and we're gonna see now that I'm gonna push everything that we've done. We're gonna say, okay, live 59, and this is gonna be adding minimal perfect freehand drawing editor, stroke editor. All right, so we sync. And now we go back to the real world here. We can go back to live. And now in this suggestive drawing, we have this last commit. So if we click on the commit name, we can see this diff. Let me see what I have here. So let's close this. Let's close this. Yeah, so we can see the diff. This is in dark mode, but same story, right? So we have added this thing. We've added the SVG editor. We've changed this title. We removed the pictures, and we added the SVG editor component here. And it doesn't have a lot more story than that. And yeah, okay, so we added also the SVG editor component with its own CSS styling and the component itself, which if you want to see step by step of this, we can go to Node of My Life 41, right? So this explains how we build the React application for drawing. And right, so I was here. There are, as you can see, detailed chapters. So we can go to the awesome drawing app or all these things. And yeah, I guess this is where we build our application, right? So this is exactly September, and we actually got to build this app that we are using today. Rob was here as well. And so yeah. Okay. So what is it? 9, 10, like 4 months later, we've merged it, and now comes the interesting part. We're gonna go to the remote server. So we're gonna enter here. Let's actually activate the dark mode. There. All right, so back to, okay. Okay, so Ulas here is asking for the type of stroke. So let me actually add so people get to be part of the stream. All right, so Ulas Kunder. Not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. All right, verbatim, as it was written. So that reminds me of Krita art brush stroke. Is it possible to add different types of stroke? Well, if we go back to the original application, this supports thinning, capping, and like streamlining, many things, right? So these strokes, because of the library we're using, it accepts a lot of stuff. And you know, you can see that if we go to the application code where we specify the SVG editor here, right? So we have size, thinning, smoothing, streamline, and I'm unsure if I can edit this live. So let me see. Let's make a stroke here. So if I change, we might lose that stroke probably. Yeah. Ooh, I don't know what's going on there. For some reason, Streamline doesn't want to go over certain. So look how, I'm making, if I put this to 0.0, right? Like if I draw, it comes exactly where I go, right? So if I do this, you see it goes to the edges. If I put this to 0.8, you can see now that it doesn't get, well, let's make this 1. Not sure. I mean, this seems like it's taking just longer, right? Yeah, that's taking longer. But yeah, there are certain capabilities here that we can do. For example, thinning, right? So this is kind of like if I were using like a point ball pen. Yeah, so the answer is yes, there are many capabilities there. And let's look for Krita art brush stroke. I don't know what that is. Krita art. Krita is a free open source raster graphics editor designed primarily for digital painting and 2D animation. It runs on Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Android, and Chrome OS. It features an OpenGL accelerated canvas, color management support, an advanced brush engine, non-destructive layers and masks, group-based layer management, vector artwork support, and switchable customization profiles. Let's open it here. Okay, we got this here. And the Krita team. Yeah, I guess Ules is referring to some of these things, right? Okay, great. Awesome. So what I was gonna do, so we can make sure, so we have pushed this to the web. So there is something there that we've changed. The streamline parameters, I'm gonna leave it at 0.5. This is all pushed to the web. So what I'm gonna do now is, again, I'm gonna SSH into my droplet. I'm gonna go into my user, and inside of the live repo, I'm gonna pull to basically load all the things that we've been doing today. And I will once again, sites available. We're gonna go to the live suggestivedrawing.com, and now we'll have to once again update this folder. So let's cancel there. So I'm gonna update this. Where is it? Okay, so I have to update this part here. So this is now live 59, and we did suggestive drawing v1. That breaks it. That doesn't exist. So I can restart Nginx, and you're gonna see how this breaks the application that we have here. So live.suggestivedrawing.com, and that's now not found because there's nothing at this URL, because we actually need to go and in live 59 we need to once again do npm install, so it installs our latest dependency, which is Perfect-Freehand, and all of the other packages, and then we run npm run build, and we build our assets. So now this is here, and you can see that our state stayed there from the old application, which is funny. Okay, so now you can go and use this online. So I'm gonna put it here. All right, so that's what I wanted to get done today. So we have an application now, and I guess there's a lot more than we can do. There is also, one thing I wanted to take a look at is the tldraw app. So one brief second here. Yeah, this one. And they have an editor. So how they do their editor is that they he gets the renderer from tldraw, and I'm unsure what this is doing, right? So this is pointer down, pointer move. This is all being defined on the application state. So I can go to state, and on state we can go to down, and on pointer down, on pointer move. So this is depending on the tool that they're using, either drawing or erasing. Input, point, pressure, next shape. Pointer move, pointer down, create drawing shape. Okay, so let's take a look. Where is that defined? Create drawing shape. Update drawing shape. All right, so yeah, we probably need to take a look at that in state.ts. Create drawing shape, update drawing shape, pointer down, pointer move, pointer up, home pointer up. Yeah, so there are many events here and things that we could take a look at, and we'll do that in a future live stream because today we don't have time. And yeah, okay, let me make a quick break. I want to ask, I see that there's some people coming and going. Say hi in the chat if you're connected online. I would love to get to know you. Let us know where you're connecting from and what you're looking for learning here. Yeah, and I guess we can save this as well here. Okay, so this now makes it, this we did, right? Which is great. We'll put it as done. And now we have some things for live 60, which is test adding the core renderer and the state and some other things. Basically, we're reproducing the application step by step because I want to have an understanding fully of everything that we're doing, not just copy and pasting and have to reverse engineer things afterwards. And yeah, I hope that this was informative. What I'm going to do, I'm going to record an outro for this video now, and you can play with the application online. And yeah, in the meanwhile, I'll let you see if you have any questions, right? So I'll and I can show a few things. Okay, so yeah, let me record the outro and I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, so well, thanks for watching. This was an overview on how to get the code that we did in live 41 and merge it with what we've been doing in live 56, 57, and 58. Basically, merging a React component which uses Perfect-Freehand and drawing library into an existing application that already we have been building for a bit. You can watch videos on how to do all of these things step by step, and they're the intelligence and sketching playlists on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed it. Leave some comments if you want to learn anything, if you're curious about any particular aspects. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Continue watching more videos on this playlist if you want to continue seeing how we're building this collaborative AI sketching platform. Bye. All right, so that was my outro for this video. We'll edit at some point. And yeah, so I have a few things. Let me use this thing. I like this thing. I like this tablet. So let me see if I can I zoom in. All right, so I have a bit of time, so I'm gonna take a little break, but there are a few things that we could take a look at. We could see Descript, new dynamic text and waveform tools. And we can, I mean, I don't know, we could look at other things for a bit if you have any questions. So let me know if you have any questions to wrap up the live stream, or if you want to take a look at this. Otherwise, I might just go in and try it, or we can wrap it up. Let me know. Okay, so let's go. Let's close these things quickly. And I'm going to take a quick break. You let me know if you have any questions, if you want to do anything in particular before I wrap it up today. I'll see you in a second. All right, I'm here already. Let's make a quick intro and I'll explain what we're gonna do right now. So I'm gonna get started in a second. Let's see, actually, I'm gonna try to quickly do a better intro slide for this. Where can we copy that from? Maybe from this template. All right, here we are. Cool. Hi, Kike. It's cool that you're connecting live. Right. And as always, I just record like an intro slide that will go later into the video if we edit it for YouTube. Hi, everyone. Oh, one sec here. If this has an animation. Okay. Hi, everyone. It's Ono here. And this is a quick overview on some new features that are really exciting that have been released by Descript over the past few days. These include dynamic text and waveforms, and we might be able to test other things. To give you a bit of an overview, if you don't know what Descript is a machine learning based editing audio and video solution, which is amazing. I've been subscribed to it. I'm a happy customer for the past year and a half or 2 years, and it has completely changed the workflow, the way in which I edit podcasts. So without further ado, let's get started. I'll show how you can apply these cool features to create video snippets that you can share on social media or YouTube or in any other platform of podcasts and videos that you've recorded. All right, so let's close this here. And if you don't know what Descript is, I'm going to introduce you to it now. So let me go here. So we have Descript app, right? So we're going to open this. And Descript, let me close things here. Just as a warning, Descript actually consumes a lot of resources. So this is one of the applications that makes the stream go slow sometimes. So hopefully that doesn't happen to us today. Okay, we have a new version. I don't know if I should update live, but because we're gonna test new features, I'm gonna restart and try to get the new version. So we have 30.1.0. So we're gonna restart so we get all the new features and we can see that. Right, this is loading. All right. Okay, so this is Descript. So I have, as you can see here, I have different projects and different things that I've been doing. So for example, for the live stream, I have many of the live streams. The ones that are ticked with or checked with green are the ones that I've already edited. And for example, if I go to Getting Simple, I also have a bunch of episodes from the podcast that we have edited or not. So I'm going to go and open this Bytes Black Box episode that I recorded with Aziz and we've already edited. And as you can see, there is this concept of speaker labels, right? So when it says no, is that I am talking, and when it says Aziz, he's talking, and they change automatically as Descript detects who's speaking on the show, right? So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna go and duplicate this composition so we get a copy and we know that we're not gonna break the original one. So I'm just gonna put here live 59, right? So we know that this is what we're testing right now. And this is an audio only composition. If you had video, when you click here, you'll see timeline, script, and video, but we don't have video here. So we have to either drag an image, drag a video, or press Command key on Mac to get this conductor, and then insert something like a rectangle, right? As we press to insert the rectangle, we indeed get the video feed in here, and now we can start editing as if this was, which is indeed now, a video project. All right, so we now only have a black rectangle, so let's see, this is indeed a rectangle that is here with 0 opacity, so we can put it to 100. And I don't know what's going on with the size of the rectangle, but I'm just gonna make it so the project is at 180. So let's go here so we can choose between different resolutions or aspect ratios of our video. So we can have it landscape, we can have a portrait for things like Instagram story or mobile, and we can have a square for Instagram and other platforms. So let's go with square for now for this test. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to remove this rectangle again, and I'm gonna add a new rectangle just to see if it's actually okay. I don't know what's going on with the proportion here, but I'm gonna make this to be 180 and 180. So it basically is the background of our square. Okay, so we have our background. Now I can choose a background color here. So we're actually gonna make it white. And what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna play some audio so you hear how this sounds.
But as soon as problems arise, as soon as we have to troubleshoot something, then we have to dig into how the process works and how can we fix the issues that we're facing.
And I guess what we want to do. All right. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with Descript, the thing here is that if I don't like one part of the project or if I want to move it, I can simply cut that part, and that part of the audio is automatically removed. And I guess what we want
in contempt with that.
And I guess, right? And I could put it at the beginning of another sentence, for example. So now we can see that this.
So this is Aziz here.
All of these.
The issues that we're facing. So this is Aziz here.
Right? So, this is just to show what this script is for. So you're basically editing audio. As I select some text here, it selects the audio wave below here. And the same way, if I select part of the wave, it's selecting the paragraph above the corresponding part. And what we're going to try to do now, so the objective of this video, this example that I'm doing, is that we want to create what's called an audiogram, right? So we're going to have a video representation that goes with the audio because there's no video footage recorded of this. So the first thing we can do on the conductor is use a waveform. So this waveform, if we center it in the middle of our episode, right, we can make it slightly bigger and we can customize the color. So we'll make it white. We're gonna, you can see now the background. So I'm gonna make it actually black. The background is black because we haven't placed the rectangle in the right place. We need to actually expand that. All right. Right, so I think if we expand it to this part, now in all of these places, we have the audio wave and we have the background, the white background, right? So I'm gonna make this a bit thicker. And the style can be lines, can be circle. So I'm gonna mute this so you see the wave, but you don't hear it at the moment. Okay, actually, I can let you hear.
Process works and how.
Okay. And we also have the ring, and we also have the wave.
Can we fix the issues that we're facing?
Right? My favorite, at least the one that I was hoping that they would add, is this. And I guess what this wave, because this is what I was actually doing for YouTube videos where I was sharing podcasts. And yeah, so what we want to do now is we want to add 2 text labels. So we're going to add here, for instance, Aziz to in here. And remember that the best thing is to go to the very beginning of our script. So go to the very beginning of the composition, add the text, and put it there, right? So now we can expand below and make this go all the way in the conversation. All right, so text, and no, actually I put the labels manually, and these are 2 labels that are not dynamic, but we're now gonna see dynamic labels. Okay, and this we're gonna put move to top. All right, so now that we have this, let me see, I can move this one here, right? So now we have this part which is dynamically moving the audio wave, and we have our names. Now we can put the what's called the fancy captions, right? So the fancy captions that will show what we are saying at every moment. So we'll insert text again. And now we'll go here, we'll click dynamic text, and we'll basically click on transcript. And I'm gonna remove the shadow. And we can actually say here at word level animation, the active word is gonna be white, and the playhead color is gonna be, you can choose from any color you want, but let's leave it with color for now. So text, now I'm gonna do the same, but for myself. So we're gonna put a dynamic text, transcript, and we're gonna only show my transcript. That's something I forgot to check on Aziz's one. All right, and this we have to filter that only Aziz is gonna be the one at the top, right? So we're gonna put here Aziz Barbar. Not sure what's going on with this label. Okay, let's just remove this one. Delete. So we're gonna just quickly go here, add one more text label. We're gonna put Aziz Barbar to the left. And all right. Okay, so I have it set up. It took a bit longer than I expected. But if we now remove the shadow here and then we start playing, and I'll put the audio so you can hear it, let's see how this looks. We are today recording in person from Seville.
Happy to be here in Sevilla with you.
Okay, let me put this. All right, let's look at it now. Let's make maybe this. Okay, once more, let's play it. We are today recording in person from Seville.
Happy to be here in Sevilla with you.
And we bring you one new episode of the Byte series in which we're going to be talking about the black box. Hey, it's Nono, and this is the Getting Simple podcast.
So this is Aziz here, and today's episode is going to be titled The Black Box. This is a topic Nono and I often discuss, and it's about the abstraction.
All right. So yeah, this is one example of what we can do to create audiograms, as they're called, and to make this more dynamic, right? We could add thumbnail images of each of us or something like that, or we could simplify by moving this below. So let's actually make a clone of this composition. So we make a different template. Right, and one thing that you can also do is that you can put here that this is also dynamic text and this is the active speaker. And
happy to be here.
Now this, we won't filter it by person, right? So now we can say, okay, now let's say that the playhead color is just blue or black. And we can remove this label here. So we can delete this. And we can also delete this, right? So we could have this in here. This could be a bit bigger now. Let's go to a different part of the conversation. Yeah, if we want to go farther, we have to drag these things. But let's just take a look here, for instance.
Fix the issues that we're facing.
And I guess what we want to do today is to try to see how we got to where we are, right? Like what ancient technologies or what was there before software and how we got to the situation in which we're. Okay, I hope you're listening to that okay. So yeah, this is just an example. What I'm going to do to see this a bit more like smoothly, I'm going to export this as it is right now. And one thing that we could have done as well, so if I put this in here, so if I put this down, we could have as well the text for the running marker. So this is something that I was waiting to see if this was something that they were going to do. So we could add here the marker, and as you can see, the first marker is called intro, and then there is what's the machine doing, right? So we could set this a bit smaller so we have a bit of flexibility on this. Maybe put like another color.
Here, and today's episode is going to be titled The Black Box.
And again, we actually need to make this be at the beginning. This is something I don't quite understand yet. Okay. Yeah, so we put it there. So now, right? So now let's actually just export this as a test. So we can export the test video, and we'll export, I don't know how long this is gonna take, but let's export up to here. So I can export the video. Now it's 180 by 180. It's a square aspect ratio video. I'm gonna export. So now this is actually downloading the media files from the internet because the high quality ones are there. And this is exporting the video. So you see it's a bit slow, and we're live streaming as well. So, but what is good is that it seems that the encoding is not interfering with the speed of the thing. So while this is there, if you have any comments or any questions, just leave them on the chat, and I'm gonna show you really quickly. I'm gonna record an outro for this. It's gonna be more efficient today. Okay, 1 second. All right. Okay, so that was a quick look at Descript's new features. I'm looking forward to sharing more with you on what I intend to do with this. I'm definitely going to use it a lot for the podcast to repurpose old episodes and to share like snippets and clips that I've liked a lot, and maybe also different markers, because you can set a template for an entire episode, export, and then have each video individually be exported as a separate clip in MP4. I haven't talked about studio sound and many of the other features like audio transcription and many things. But yeah, we'll take a look at that in the future. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time. Okay, so give me 1 second and we'll wrap up. All right. Yeah, I see that some other people connected online. It would be awesome if you leave a comment on the chat if you tell us where you're connecting from and stuff. So we've exported this. So let's take a look at the composition. So I have the video exported here. I'm going to put it full screen, and I'm going to hide myself so you can hear it okay and you can see it. So this is the result of what we just did. It was just a couple minutes and it was lower because I'm live streaming and stuff, but this is super awesome, and it removes the need for you to have a, I don't know, I don't want to publicize against Adobe, but I don't have to go into Adobe After Effects to make a waveform anymore and do many of the things that we're doing here. Plus, I'm able to do a lot of things that I wasn't able to do before on those programs. So I'm a happy Descript user. Let's see the result. Hello everyone, it's Nono and Assis here. We are today recording in person from Seville.
Happy to be here in Sevilla with you.
And we bring you one new episode of the Byte series in which we're going to be talking about right, this is an epic failure. So it seems like it didn't export properly, or maybe I didn't choose the right part of the video, or what? No, I did, but it didn't work, right? So for some reason, this doesn't seem like it worked. Let me take a look. Export. I mean, I'm sure that this morning I made a test and it actually worked properly. And so yeah, this is weird. Okay, let me quickly look for, I'm gonna look for another video example that I exported this morning from a different machine, and let me see if that actually, that's interesting. I could share that as feedback because that didn't work, and it's a bit of a pity. Yeah, so Ullas Kunder is saying that he's an IT student from India, but he's learning development all by himself. Love JavaScript. Yeah, can you tell us a bit more? What are you learning? What technologies are you learning, and what are your goals to continue learning? And what technologies would you like to learn next? All right, so behind the scenes here, I'm trying to download an example that I created this morning with Descript as well. And I guess I'll show you that. The problem here is, so this is just a test, and the bad thing is that the transcript isn't fully fixed, but you'll see what it is. Okay, so let's take a look. I'll get out on the screen.
It was interesting at the very beginning of our blogs too, because it'd be artists that I would recognize the name of, like, Casey Rios, founder of processing is in here.
Tyler Hobbs, yeah, Matt Delorier, yeah, they're all the people who are famous on Twitter and
yeah, so it's, and Kyoto Goldie, like, and it's like cool stuff. It's like work that I really like. And it's interesting to see. It's like, all these guys are just like selling, if I follow this guy on GitHub, right? Which is like, it's cool to see someone who, like, I think is much more similar to me than like other people in the art space.
Yeah.
Like getting a following and making this. You do the math, it's like, holy shit, like this guy made a lot of money in in the crypto space. Like, he sold, and this is like, one of multiple collections. And then, the other attractive thing is that as they sell and resell on the open market, he's still getting it.
Okay. So yeah, so that was another test that I did this morning that actually worked. I don't know why this is not working. Let me try like a really quick export of a tiny part, and we'll wrap up export v2 v1, but whatever. Right, so this seems like it's gonna be faster than before. It's a short test. All right, fingers crossed. Let's see. All right, this one seems like it worked. It doesn't show the marker at the
Happy
top,
to
though.
be here in Sevilla with you.
And we bring you...
Happy to be here in Sevilla with you.
And we bring you... Okay, this one worked, but it's not showing the one at the top. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to close it. I'm going to close this script and open again just to see if that fixes anything. And otherwise, I mean, we're going to leave it here and that'll be it. And I'll add this as a common thing. I'm going to add this to the live folder. Right, so we open the same project again. We go to this composition and we're just gonna edit and send this part. Okay, yeah, this is it for today. Let's see this test and we'll wrap it up. I gotta go. It's getting a bit late. Okay, we have the remarkable tablet around here as well. Okay, last test. Okay, this doesn't look great. Hello everyone, it's Nono and
byte series, in which we're going to be talking about
maybe
the black box.
We do need to report this to the Descript community so they know that this is happening. But anyhow, it will work eventually. It doesn't work right now, but it was working really well on my other machine. So I got to figure out what is going on. Let me see. Save. Check for updates. Latest version. All right. I guess we need some fixes. And these are features that are really new. So let's open the goodbye slide here and finish up. I really enjoyed the QA session, so I'm looking forward to doing this more. I would love to also have like an automated system that just shows people's questions when I'm online in a page or something. So maybe we do that in the future. Okay, this was it for today. Live 59. Like this video if you want to support the work that I'm doing here with these tutorials and these streams. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to get notified when I go live next or when I upload new videos. You can join the community at nono.mas/discord. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.